taxation thing working out.
Are German Jaegers. Now they are carrying what are called Jaeger rifles. On the American side, you will see Pennsylvania riflemen carrying Pennsylvania rifles. The rifle came to America from Germany and Switzerland in the 17th and 18th centuries, and many of the interior Pennsylvania counties had rifle shops. The rifles were made by hand. The German rifles, though, are different. They are shorter and they are a much larger caliber than the Pennsylvania rifles. Pennsylvania rifles tend to be long, can load and fire their muskets 3 times a minute. The accuracy of the smoothbore muskets is considerably less than a rifle. The muskets are accurate to 50 or 60 yards, oftentimes less. And quite often when firing goes on in a battle, it's under 100 yards and more often than not at 50 yards. So think of that as a football field. Whereas a Pennsylvania long rifle, if you have good gunpowder and a good weapon and the wind's blowing in the right direction, a rifleman can hit somebody at 200 to 300 yards. So that's about 3 football fields, 2 to 3 football fields. Into the end, but then you can't fire the weapon. The other difference is the rifles require a greased patch and very careful loading because you have to force the rifle ball down the barrel onto the rifling. So the cannons that are firing are called grasshoppers. They are also known as 3-pounders. They are light field guns. Ideally, each battalion in an armed see a cannonball coming at you at high speed, bouncing across the field. If you get hit by it, you're going to lose a limb or it's going to kill you. So they are rather terrifying. At close range, the artillery would fire grape shot, a small contingent from another German state called Anhalt-Zerbst. They're dressed in white uniforms. So there's quite a plethora of different colors on both sides. Interestingly, the artillery in both the British armies, the Hessian armies, the French army, and the American army, at that time it's the United Colonies, out of untrained hodgepodge militia. They had Boston surrounded, and Henry Knox dragging artillery from Fort Ticonderoga, the 5,000. Things took a terrible turn for the worst. December of 1776, as his army crosses the Delaware River from New Jersey into Pennsylvania, Thomas Paine is going to write his famous essay, The Crisis, about the times that try men's souls and the summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will shrink from the service. Trying to convey orders by shouting to hundreds and hundreds of men is difficult. The musicians typically dressed in more elaborate uniforms than the common soldiers. In the British Army, many of them were dressed in reversed colors, and likewise in the Continental. Bottom of the hill on the American side, you'll see, again, Continental troops And the regimental flag they had is a large red flag with blue and white stripes up in the canton or up in the corner. That's a very common design among Continental soldiers. The U.S. Army did not carry national colors into battle in the Revolution or in the War of 1812. They're not going to carry them until the Mexican War. But they did carry regimental flags that had various hundreds of them. You can see where there might be some confusion if you have an American regiment that's equally well drilled and well dressed. When Washington's army went to Valley Forge in December of 1776, they had lost 2 major battles, 2 minor battles, had suffered a big loss because they did not have a standard drill for the men. So the British Army withdrew that night, so the Americans didn't lose the battle. So it really was a victory, certainly for Washington's army. But the war in the north lead a flank attack around Washington's right and roll up the American line in one of what may be the biggest battle of the war.